You're not rushing. Oh, okay. Akroda Paramananda Nityananda Raya.
Paramananda Nityananda Harimana Sunjanita
Oh, so one of the things that came up that day was that we're not explaining what we're singing, that we're just singing. But why more? I mean, why quite a lot? Because we do have the chance to sing. So we do hope that still, after all this time, you are able to glance at the meaning of what we are singing, so that it's not just sound. But on this occasion, then Hari Gopal is going to read aloud with understanding and with heart transmission the translation, so we can all benefit.
The great personality, Lord Nityananda Prabhu, is free from anger and full of transcendental ecstasy. He wanders throughout the towns, free from false pride and arrogance. He travels from door to the homes of the fallen souls, freely distributing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. With straw between his teeth, he begs all who cross his path, worship Lord Gaura Hari and you will purchase me. Saying this, Nityananda falls to the ground, appearing like a golden mountain rolling in the dust. Where attachment for such an incarnation has not arisen, Lochan Das says that such a sinful person comes and goes in the cycle of repeated birth and death.
So what is your advice?
Nitai Gauranga.
Nitai Gauranga.
Nitai Gauranga.
to worship Nitai and Gauranga. I'm translating his advice. So then, how we do? Okay, one more song, a little extra for it. Oh, 7:30 we're going to. Right? Isn't it?
Yes.
7:30. Okay, so the Nadian Agore Nitai Neche Neche Gaire. So now we will follow Nityananda's advice and chant the names of Gauranga. And so here there are 100 names of Gauranga chanted by Nityananda Prabhu. And this is page 275 in the Nadia Nagori Nidai Neche voiced persons. Yes?
Nadia Nagare Nitane Chene Chegare
Nadia Nagare Nitane Chene Chegare
Jaganata Sita Mahaprabhu Vishwamara
Jaganata Sita Mahaprabhu Vishwamara Jaya Pura Sashinavati Pasudhakara
Gora Hari Mai Sundara
Yaki Sutta Gora Hari Mai Sundara Dala Baba Kanti Adadito Natabara Namananda Kapara Kamati Bhakta Prati Boro Tata Udata Bharata
Shira Pati Putra Shokani Bharata
Shira Pati Putra Shokani Bharata
Pati Pura Desha Savatresha Hara
Lakshmi Pati Pura Desha Savatresha Hara
Nishidai Dakta Hari Vishnu Priyeshvara
Nishidai Dakta Hari Vishnu Priyeshvara
Jaya Siddhartha
Jaya Dhamapala Jaya Vidyadhata
Madhvacharya Sampradaya Pata
Vishishya Madhvacharya Sampradaya Pata
Krishna Namo Mata Krishna Tata Madhya Pata
Krishna Namo Mata Krishna Tapalatya Pata
Sankirtana Yuga Dharma Pavatata
Nama Sankirtana Yuga Dharma Pravatata Advaita Bandhava Srinivasa Girata
Nityananda Pranagana Hare Rajiva
Nityananda Pranagada Hare Rajiva
Advaita Shastradhara Simanta Vijoy
Advaita Shastradhara Simanta Vijoy Koduma Vihari Mata Dipa Vilaso Gora Dipa Gati Dipa Maheshvara Anumara Duma Ruga Dikela Ishvara Yavadanda Ranganatha Jana Vijimana Jaya Jaya Adi Kubikatarana Jaya Kirtana Sikha Kaji Udarana Narayani Kripa Sindhu Hirani Rama Adama Varuya Nandi Vaka Dosha
Krishna Chaitanya Bharati Karana
Krishna Chaitanya Chandra Bharati Karana Hari Bhaja Shiromani Uttara Pavana Amulika Bhuvanesha Kaponesha Bhakti Shirachora Gopala Rachana Sukirati Shirani Sarasi Sava Roma Vipamor Adana Sarani Sarasukador Purata Sundara Vasudeva Janataka Ramananda Sakapata Puratvesha Varta Orvajanya Bhayavanya Purata Kandana Dakshina Bhavana Bhakti Rasa Udarana Lakshana Nandi Rasa Rajapati Sana Devananda
Hari Prema Data
Some Mahamantra. Roger, would you like to chant the Mahamantra? Hare Krishna. First Panchatattva, then Hare Mahamantra, take 4 or 5, then Nitai Gaura Hare. That's it. That's it.
Say that one more time. Can you say that one more time?
The Panchatattva Mahamantra, then we say 4 Hare Krishna Mahamantras, then 2 Nitai Gaura Hare.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol.
So yesterday, I was going to say yesterday we missed Paramananda Prabhu because he was out from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. at the hospital with Krishna being. Oh dear. But I was just about to invite him to do the briefing and do the fast. But now we're missing him in the morning program. How did he escape? Through the window. As Gurumar says about the objects of the senses, the receiving of the feeling of the senses and the mind. We are unmindful. We don't notice the others. So we are unmindful. A devotee can walk past us because I assume he didn't walk out of the windows. You were mindful. I have lots of comments, but I won't say. Because we have to control our speech. Our mind. Anger. There's no anger there, but there was some speech in mind. And if you, that thick book of Upadeshamrita, then you see Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur stressing that these items that we are discussing, they're not just outward doing of them, it's the internal even feeling with the comment. So, we're being tested all the time, failing. I'm talking about myself. And by the way, good, the Madanga student did very well. He came out to the window. I was just introducing you as the reader, thinking you were sitting there, and saying how we missed you yesterday, because you were and explained the sad news that you were at the hospital. So please, can you be the reader? And of your choice, we can continue the Parayan of Chaitanya Charitamrita, as we are doing here, or you can select anything you like. We're going to have the main Nityananda Focus Festival at 11 a.m.
We continue.
Yes, but you continue, then.
Can I have
Think about it. Yes. Okay, so, I'll leave you to set the scene. The scene is, we were reading this yesterday at the Jagannath Temple, so the scene today is that some prasadam was coming up, I saw that. Who remembers what we read yesterday morning? Okay. Just put up your hand if you remember anything we read yesterday morning from Chaitanya Charitamrita.
What? Oh, yes.
Prasad. I just told you.
There was word condensed milk on the Skushanta.
This we got from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Anyway, Paramananda. Okay, Tungarasi confidently put up her hand.
Oh, no.
You do.
I don't.
Unconfidently put up her hand. What?
That's the devotees gathering, yeah? And
Devotees are gathering.
no, I remember that Mahaprabhu was resting in the garden.
Oh, okay. There we are.
Resting.
Anyway, that's pretty good because really, and some devotees know this, often when we're reading in the morning, we say, okay, at breakfast time, we each have to remember something we read. So that's like 15 minutes before. And we can be surprised how little we can immediately.
Hari Gopal.
Okay, I shall now be silent.
Very good alarm.
Set the scene and continue.
Jai Jai Krishna Jai Nityananda Jai Krishna Jai Gaura Bhakti
We have to
Jai Krishna
so that they come.
So it seems the Swarup Damodar Goswami is offering a Mahaprasad to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Swarupa Bhala Nishta Prasadamana Prabhu Kene Kare Age Danda Dandayana. Swarup Damodar Goswami then brought some excellent sweetmeat and standing before the Lord offered them to him. Hey Mahaprasadi Alpha Karahaswadana Deka Jagannatha Kai Chen Kai Chena Ojana. Swarup Damodar, oh, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
And the medium volume, we're in the room.
So Swarup Damodar described it and said, just take a little of this Mahaprasad and see how it is that Lord Jagannath has accepted it. Upon saying this, Swarupadamadarka Swami placed some food before the Lord, and the Lord, out of affection, ate it. Sarup Damodar and Jagadananda again and again offered the Lord some food. Thus they behaved affectionately with the Lord. This was very, very uncommon. Sarvabhaumi Prabhu Vasanachena Vamapashe Dui Bhaktera Snehadeki Sarvabhauma Ase. The Lord made Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya sit on his left side. And when Sarvabhauma saw the behavior of Sarvabhauma and Jagadananda, he smiled. Sarvabhaumi Dhyana Prabhu Prasadautama Snehakari Bharabhara Karuna Bhojana. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also wanted to offer Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya first-class food. Therefore, out of affection, he had the servers put first-class food on his plate again and again. Charya Uttama Mahaprasada Ani Sarvabhaumi Diyakagi Sumadhuravani. Gopinathacharya also brought first-class food and offered to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya while speaking sweet words. Kahan Bhattacharya Purva Jada Vyavahara Kahade Paramananda Karahavichara. After serving the Bhattacharya the first-class prasadam, Gopinathacharya said, just consider what the Bhattacharya's previous mundane behavior was. Just consider how at present he is enjoying transcendental bliss. We know that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was the Maha Pandit. But sometimes Gopinathacharya would call him a dry philosopher or something like that. So now he is in the company of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where that flow of love and affection between him and his devotees are unrestricted, and then he is amazed to see that. He has never seen anything like that.
What verse and chapter are you reading?
Madhya 12, 181. Sarvabhauma Kohe, Ami, Arpika Kubuki. There you go. Tomara Prasade More E Sampadsiti. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied to Gopinathacharya, I was simply a less intelligent logician, but by your grace I have received this opulence of perfection. And if we rewind a little bit, Gopinathacharya, he, by the grace of the Lord, knew the identity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was mixing with the parshads of Mahaprabhu. He was more, let's just say, he understood who Mahaprabhu is. So when Bhattacharya was trying to, we can say, funny in presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not recognizing him, trying to teach him Vedanta, trying to upgrade him to the upper class sannyas order, etc., etc. For Gopinathacharya, it was intolerable. And it would rebuke Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, sometimes call him ill word. He was a relative, there's some kind of familiarity accepted with love by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, but Gopinathacharya was quite upset. And at some point, Bhattacharya was always saying, no, but the Shastra is saying this, the Shastra is saying that, there is no evidence of the Kali Yuga avatar, what are you talking about? And Gopinathacharya would give up sometimes. You're just a fool, dry speaker, dry speculator, fool. You don't understand absolutely anything. Even when the Lord is right in front of you, you still cannot see him. And then Gopinathacharya would say, how you can see him? And you're saying he's the Supreme Personality of the Lord, but how you can see him? So it's only one who received the mercy of the Lord can see the Lord. And I received it. And you're resisting it. Not that he's not received the mercy. You're resisting. You don't want to take it. And that is your problem. I have that mercy, and I can see who is in front of me. But you cannot. Anyway, it was long time ago. Now he's 100% devoted to Krishna and Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu vina ke hanagi dayamaya kakere garuda kare aiche konanaya. But for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya continued, who is so merciful, has converted a crow into a Garuda. Who could be so merciful? He's taking very humble stands, and genuinely so. And really, it's the person of the highest prestige in the whole of the kingdom, and probably beyond the kingdom of Maharaja Prataparudra. He was worldwide famous, whatever was conceived of the world at that time. And yet he's taking very humble position. Tarkika Sri Gala Shangi Pe Pe Kai Se Mukhe Vishana Kaki Krishna Hari. In the association of the jackals, not magicians, I simply continued to bark a resounding bah, bah. Now, from the same mouth, I am chanting the holy names Krishna and Hari.
And what was that in Bengali? Chanting.
Tarkika Sri Gala Sange, Tarkika Sri Gala Sange, the company of the Tarkika Sri Gala, the magician jackals. Peo, Kali, Peo. Se Mukhi Evisada Kali Krishna Hari. But now it's only Krishna and Hari, by your grace. Gahan Bahimu Katarkika, Shishigana Sange, Gahan Ek Sange Shuddha Samudra Tarange. Whereas I once associated with the disciples of logic, all non-devotees, I am now merged in the waves of the nectarian ocean of the association of devotees. Prabhu Kahe, Murve, Siddha Krishna, Tomar Priti, Tomasange Alashabara, Haila Krishna Mati. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, from your previous birth, you have been in Krishna consciousness. Thus you love Krishna so much that simply by your association, we are all developing Krishna consciousness. So Mahaprabhu is being also very generous in this point. Bhakta Mahima Badarite Bhakta Sukhalite Mahaprabhu Vina Anya Nahi Trijagati. Thus, there is no one within these three worlds, save for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is always so willing to increase the glories of the devotees and give them satisfaction. So we've been hearing how Krishna says himself, I am a slave of my devotee. The devotees are always eager, but Lord is also eager to glorify the devotees. But Madhavendra Puri was running from fame and prestige from the Munas upon receiving the oath of tears of Gopinath. He's thinking I should leave immediately. Otherwise, the people will come here and say, oh, there is Madhavendra Puri, he's a great devotee, and they're going to pay obeisances to follow me. And the real devotee never wants that. So he immediately acted. And he started literally running, maybe walking very fast, as far as possible from that place. So the devotee is always running from Pratishta. But Govinda Maharaj said, Pratishta is always following the devotee. Because Lord,
It's not from me, it's from the Vaishnava. It's full of Vaishnava would wish it. Ayurvedic magic.
thank you. But Krishna was very eager to spread the glories of Madhavendra Puri. Even though there was no internet, no phones, no nothing. By the time he arrived, quickly he By the time he arrived to Puri, everyone heard about the glories of Madhavendra Puri. So he was received accordingly. But not desiring such, they have to accept it. To do. So there's always this competition, I think. Competition going on between the Lord and the Lord's devotees who will glorify each other in a better way. And it's eternal and beautiful and sweet. Tavi Prabhu Ratike Sava Bhaktiranamalana Pitapana Devaya Prashadakariya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then took all the remnants of food offered to Lord Jagannath, such as cakes and sweet rice, and distributed them to all the other devotees, calling them individually. And that's important too. It means there is a connection. Lord knows everybody, He knows everybody's heart. We're not impersonalists. So it's good to know who is who and give some heart to that particular person, have some loving exchange. Like we've been remembering the Sri Upadeshamrita, the Dati Pratigrikati Gokyama Kati Prichati Bhumte Bocharete Shiva. So these are the 6 principles of the loving exchanges between the devotees. So it's good to be engaged in that. And I notice sometimes, I'm a little bit lamenting when the group is too big. It's wonderful to see a big group of devotees always when they gather. But somehow, due to my personal limitations, I cannot personally connect with everyone. It's difficult. But it's not difficult for Mahaprabhu. He's in everyone's hearts. Naturally, there is already a connection. Prabhu Pratike Sabha Bhakta Namalana Pitapana Devaya Prasada Kariya. So he called them individually. Advaita Nityananda. Oops, I think I jumped. Advaita Nityananda Vasyachena Ekatani Durijani Krida Kalaha Lagilatatai. Shri Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu sat side by side, and when prasadam was being distributed, they engaged in a type of mock fighting. I was just reading and thinking, maybe it's not a good idea to put them together. There always something happens, but divinely funny and humorous. So when there is Nityananda and Advaita Acharya, there always a special play between each other. So now they engaged in a mock fight. First, Advaita Acharya said, I'm sitting in line with an unknown mendicant. And because I'm eating with him, I do not know what kind of destinations are awaiting me. And because he is also posing as this Brahmin, aristocratic Brahmin, trying to pull Nityananda's leg a little bit. Prabhuta Sanyasi Undhara Nagya Pachaya Anadoshi Sanesira Doshanahiraya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the renounced order of life. Consequently, he does not recognize discrepancies. As a matter of fact, a sannyasi is not affected by eating food from anywhere and everywhere. According to the Shastra, there is no discrepancy in sannyasis eating at another's house. But for a householder Brahmana, this kind of eating is faulty. It is not proper for householders to dine with those whose previous birth, family, character, and behavior are unknown. Now, Nityananda's turn. Nityananda Kohe, to me Advaita Acharya, Advaita Siddhanta Bhakti Shuddha Bhakti Kari. Nityananda Prabhu immediately refuted Srila Advaita Acharya, saying, you're a teacher of impersonal monism, and the monistic conclusion is a great hindrance to the progress in pure devotional service. So he called him a Mayavadi, basically.
Because of the name, Advaita.
Yes, because of the Advaita, Vidya, Patitaya, Bhakti. Tomara Siddhanta Sangi, Kare E Journey, Ekavastabina Se Vitya Nahiman. One who participates in your impersonal monistic philosophy does not accept anything but the one Brahman. Big commitment, of course. Srila Prabhupada will never miss that chance. Even though they're just engaged in some jokes between each other, it's a mock fight. But no, Srila Prabhupada will always say something when it comes to the impersonalists, Mayavadis, scientists. What else we look at it? It's quite merciless.
Yeah.
Fools and rascals.
Fools and rascals in general.
And Srila Prabhupada was saying this mock fight, they were actually praising each other.
Oh, yes.
You know, the one Brahmin means the Supreme Lord, and you know, he's like unknown because he's transcendental, blah blah blah. It's like, so excuse me.
Hela tomara sangi more, ekatre bojana, na jani tomara sangi kaitya hoyamana. Nityananda Prabhu continued, you're such a monist, and now I am waiting beside you. I do not know how my mind will be affected in this way. Evata duijani kari bali bali, vyajastuti kari yena galagari. Thus the both went on talking and praising one another, although their praise appeared negative. For it appeared as if they're exchanging ill moods. But actually, yes, like you pointed out, they're throwing flowers, offering pushpa to each other. Tabi Prabhu Sarva Vaishnavara Namalana Maha Prasada Dena Maha Amrita Sinchya. Thereafter, calling all the Vaishnavas, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu distributed Mahaprasada as if sprinkling nectar. At that time, the mock fight between Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu became more and more delicious. And delicious. This has been very
Yes, what is Bengali?
Mahamrita.
Mahamrita. There you go. Can just one more time say the whole verse?
Okay. Tabe Prabhu Sarva Vaishnava Namalana Mahaprasada Dena Mahamrita Sinchira.
Jai.
Bhojala Kare Utti Shabe Haridvani Kare Haridvani Uttila Sava Swarga Martyabhai.
Hari, Hari.
After taking their lunch, all the Vaishnavas stood up and chanted the holy name of Hari. And the resounding noise filled all the upper and lower planetary systems. Tabe Mahaprabhu Saba Nijabhaktagani Sabakari Shri Hasti Dila Maliya Chandani. After this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered flower garlands and sandalwood pulp to all of his devotees and personal associates. Ave Parivishaka Swarupari Satajana Grihiraditari Kaila Prasadapajana. The 7 persons headed by Srila Swami Damodara, who were engaged in distributing prasadam to others, then took their meals within the room. Govinda saved some remnants of food left by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and kept them carefully. Later, one portion of this remnants was delivered to whom?
No, it's downside water.
Yes, to Haridas Thakur. Bhaktagana Govinda Pacha Kichumaginila. Say Prasadanna Govinda Apanipayila. The remnants of food left by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were later distributed among devotees who begged for them. And finally, Govinda personally took the last remnants. The fully independent Supreme Personality of Godhead performs various types of pastimes. The pastime of washing and cleansing the Gundicha temple is but one of them. Next day, marked the performance of the festival Netrotsava. This great festival was the life and soul of the devotees. And in his purpose, Srila Prabhupada explains, after the bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannath, during the fortnight before the Ratha Yatra ceremony, the body of Lord Jagannath, having been washed, needs repainting. It is known as Anga Raga. The Netrotsava festival performed gorgeously in the early morning of the Nava Yovana day, and it constitutes the life and soul of the devotees. So it's the, yes, so Jagannath is becoming nourishing, busy. He's got refreshed, looking very young and handsome. And that's the day all the devotees are there to greet the Lord in his beautiful, refreshed form after the bathing. Bhakti Dukhiloka Bhavaradami Darshana Kariloka Sukha Pailam had before a fortnight because they could not see the deity of Lord Jagannath. Upon seeing the Lord at the festival, the devotees were very happy. Really, sometimes I'm thinking I wish that I drop of that eagerness to see the Lord when I go to the temple. Observe something extraordinary. And here we just cannot go inside, so it's difficult to observe. But even though, like yesterday we went to a hospital, and in the hospital, it's Apollo Hospital, the biggest in India apparently, there's this deities of Lord Jagannath right in front, nicely kept. And the people will be there on their knees, paying full dandavats, offering prayers. One lady was there for 10 minutes praying. Just a constant flow. They entered, paid dandavats. I was kind of surprised to see that. Also, when we went to Nathadvar, where the Gopal, the deity that Madhavendra Puri discovered, famous Gopal, is residing right now, we observed something like that because we're allowed to enter and darshan. So we're standing waiting for the darshan, and it's a morning darshan. And one man, old man, was especially very eager. All of them are very eager, but it's the whole build up for it. And really, I was thinking maybe it's the pilgrims who always wanted to come here. Finally, they made it from far, far away. And they're so eager. I could relate to that. I could understand that. I may even have a tiny bit of something like that sometimes. But then I commented to our guide, friend, local person. I said, look at this old man. He's so eager to see the Lord. He must have come from long ago. I always wanted to come and see the Lord. What are you talking about? He's my uncle. He was born here. And then I realized, oh, they have that in their hearts. They're living with the Lord in the center. And that's the beauty. When we go to Rajasthan, we observe that everywhere. There is no temples as such. There are havelis. And haveli means a big house with a courtyard in the middle. And in the courtyard, you'll be the Lord of the house. And everything else evolves around him. Really, he's in the middle, everything else rotates around him, the rooms. And that's how they live, as a family. The same thing in Nathadvar. They call it the house of Gopal. And there are many rooms in the house of Gopal, and they were showing us, well, this is the Pushpa room, this is the Bhoga room, this is the music room, this is where somebody's resting, the pujaris are resting, and they get paid. The pujaris, the local people, the 30 family descendants, they're doing shifts, they're coming, they get paid, but what is the payment? The Mahaprashadam of the Lord. And I saw them carrying it, those who were actually performing service, with a huge smile on their face, like super happy. It's absolutely incredible to observe. You've been carrying your whole life since you were born, literally. And you're like old man, 50, 60, 70. You still carry them in your hand. You're like ecstatic about it. Speaking of not developing familiarity, excessive familiarity and contempt. Anyway, to go back to the devotees of Lord Jagannath. Do we have time now?
Time is eternal, but separated like now.
So now they're unhappy because we could not see the Lord.
But then, upon seeing the Lord at the festival, the devotees were very, very happy. On this occasion, greatly happy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took all the devotees who came and visited the Lord in the temple. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to visit the temple, Kasishvara walked in front, checking the crowds of people, and Govinda walked in the rear, bringing the sannyasi's pitcher filled with water. Age Kasishvaraya Loka Nivariya, Pache Govindaya, Jala Karangarana. So Mahaprabhu had two servitors actually, both of them were his godbrothers. One was Kasishwar Pandit, who was known to be a strong man. So he served as a, you can say, a bodyguard. Govinda Maharaj sometimes would say that Tirikara Maharaj was his bodyguard. He liked him. So Kasishwar was in front, making sure there is no obstruction of Mahaprabhu's path. And Govinda is carrying whatever was needed. And he's ready. Since we mentioned Kasishwar Pandit, he's not often mentioned. I can say that at some point Mahaprabhu will send him to Vrindavan. It will be a heartbreaking for Kasishwar to go there. And also I'm thinking it was very important when Srila Rupa Goswami discovered the deity of Govinda in Vrindavan. It was the first major deity worship established by the 6 Goswamis, who Mahaprabhu sent there to rediscover the places. So Mahaprabhu is giving his personal assistant as a charity for that purpose. So he became the first servitor of Sri Govinda, followed later by Havidas Pandit. And when Kasishwar was asked by Mahaprabhu to leave his association, he felt completely heartbroken. And he didn't want to go, nobody wanted to leave. But the service is above your personal attachment, however sweet and however divine they are. So if the Lord is asking you to do something, you have to accept at some point. And you will have that pain in your heart, you will carry it. And seeing the pain in the heart of Kasishwar Pandit, Mahaprabhu manifested the deity, and he said, this form of the deity is not different from me, so I'm giving it to you. Every time you will worship to this deity, I will be with you. You will remember me and I will remember you. So he gave this beautiful deity of Gaur Govinda to Kasishwar Pandit. And till this day, it is worshipped in the temple of Govindaji in Jaipur. If you look at Govinda, you look down at his feet, you will get there standing. Gaur Govinda of Kasishwar Pandit. Prabhura Age Puri Bharati Dun Haragavani Swarupa Advaita Dunhara Harshvi Duijana. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went towards the temple, it's a sign that I just shut down. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
It's a sign.
Quarter to 7.
It's gorgeous. Okay. Do this need to prepare. We leave at 7.
7:30.
7:30. Okay, I just want to read the last verse.
Sure.
Okay, so when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went towards the temple, Paramananda Puri and Brahmananda Parati walked in front of him, and at his two sides walked Swarup Damodar and Advaita Acharya. What an entourage. And the last verse is Pache Pache Chaliyaya Hara Bhaktagana Utkantakti Gelasa Jagannatha Bhavana Jagannatha Bhavana. With great eagerness, all the other devotees followed them into the temple of Lord Jagannath, Jagannath Bhavana. So we can probably stop here. And did everyone got the water from Paramananda Puri as well?
We have the water right here, but we were thinking at lunchtime, when everyone was honoring the feast at lunchtime, to give that.
Oh.
Yes, so there was, and it's come looking very clear. And with a couple of photos, they demolished around it, but it's not with rubbish, well, a little bit. There's not a dumping ground, but it's a looking abandoned, that area around.
Yeah, the whole building is gone, right?
Yeah, the building's gone, disappeared.
I hope they keep the well.
But the well is there, and the water is coming, looking very beautiful. So, one extra thing for today, it's a special day, Nityananda's appearance day at lunchtime. We have some water from Paramananda Puri's well, and we were explaining a little bit about that yesterday morning. And I was saying that Paramananda Prabhu was going to do that journey.
That was the plan, Mahara.
But Shyama Priya, she took up the challenge. Whenever she took up the challenge, and she went there and she invented a system. And there was no bucket, no rope, so she invented a system to get me down into the water. I don't know how long it took, but I saw the photograph from the system. It was quite
It
interesting.
looks very Mahananda-like.
Well, is a disciple of Prabhu.
Practical, but I don't think you could market it very well. Okay, so that's coming up at lunchtime, but before that we're going to go on parikrama. And now you're getting more and more familiar with the places of Jagannath Puri, and you might be surprised how much of these places that you visited come up during the readings of Chaitanya Charitamrita, during the talks of Guru Dev and Guru Maharaj. And that's why we mentioned for yesterday to take the opportunity to go to the places again and kind of in a meditative mood. The Sankirtan is wonderful, but then we're seeing, and then to go there with some reflection of whatever we know about the places of Haridas Thakur's bhajan, etc. So today we're going to Nitai Chaitanya's temple, and we'll probably revisit a place or two along on the way there or on the way back. And returning here, and the theme just to make some simple, happy decoration in preparation for 11 a.m. Morning program. And it would be like this in Navadip, before lunch, then 11 o'clock normal to start. Even there a little earlier, because they would actually do the puja, the offering and the puja by 12 or approximately 12 o'clock. So 10:30 there, but 11 here is very practical for us. Then 1 o'clock prasadam today. And with the prasadam, some water from Paramananda Puri as well, which Mahaprabhu made into pure Ganges water. And before that, the day before, it was all not nice water, not pure water. And then Mahaprabhu could not tolerate that his servitor is using this water for his cooking and drinking, etc. And that night called for the Ganges to come, and he did something. I'm not sure what he did, but he made it from brackish water, I think it was described. Brackish, not sort of good water, into very beautiful water. So we've got some of that for lunchtime here too. So now Hari Hari Ramakrishna, and then at 7:30 downstairs to be ready to go on Harinath Sankirtan. So please, our voice to devotees, do bring your voice here with you, as well as your body. Oh, so Hari Hari Ramakrishna. Oh, from our voice to devotees. So Ishwarananda Prabhu.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama
Hari Hari Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama
Yadavaya Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya
Nama Govindaya Simadhusudaya Hari Gopinata Padama Hari Gopinata Padama Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Hara Hara Sri Vatsai Gauravanga Jai Gosai Gori Charanavana Jai Vignana Jai Kapura Jai Gosai Jara Hori Jara Atmara Padayenu Mora Pachaga Karana Seve Vandisane Vara Jana Me Mora Hei Jai Gosai Jave Bhaje Palava Jai Gosai Jave Bhaje Palava Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Patha Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Patha Anande Bolo Hari Raja Vrindavan Anande Bolo Hari Raja Vaishnava Pade Jai Rama Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Jai Rama Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Dhamma Koriya Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Dhamma Koriya Hari Naam Sankirtan Kore Ramada Hari Naam Sankirtan Kore Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Gora Premanandi Jai Satyakata Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Govinda Sundar
Jew, yes.
Jew ki jai.
I mean, also Jew is optional. It means dear towards the Lord.
Jai. Om Parvakacharya Arya Astatotas Stotas Srila Bhakti Sundar Gopinjali Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Vishnu Bhad Parvakacharya Arya Astatotas Stotas Srila Bhakti Rakshakshri Hare Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Bhagwan Srila Bhakti Siranja Saraswati Thakur ki jai. All the assembled devotees ki jai. Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. The Shuti devotees ki jai. Worldwide devotees ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Hari Hari.
Shri Nityananda Trayodashi ki jai. Nityananda Ram ki jai.